Good evening. Welcome to the Blue Wave of Never a Foul. My name is Andrew. I'm the Winter Surfer. I'll be your host today. I'm with one of my good buddies here, Latimus Prime. How you doing, Latimus?
I'm good.
You good? We were just separately watching the last-minute knee-side celebration during 2-2 home against Crystal Palace for Arsenal. Nearly there. They fight on for another day.
Massive 6-pointer, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 2 points dropped for Palace in the end.
Yeah, it was. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's true. I think Palace would have gone above them on goal difference if they won, but you know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if Chilwell's in that position, Tierney is, or Alonso, they score that goal. I'm just saying.
Trevor Chalobah scores.
Trevor Chalobah does score, yeah. Trevor Chalobah. But enough about them. We're talking about more successful club. So,
wait,
today
are we talking about Brentford?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're talking about the two biggest teams, the biggest London derby that happened this weekend. Took place at Brentford. Chelsea escaping with their lives at the end, thanks to world-class Mendy. I will say that now. I'm going to shamelessly do it, and I do believe it. But yeah, we're going to review the game as much as possible, and maybe if there's time, a little look ahead to Malmo, possibly. But yeah, that's what we're here for. So if you're here, if you want to leave us a chat or a super chat, please subscribe to Never a Foul. Please subscribe to this channel as well, the Blue Wave. We're still part of Never a Foul. So don't worry about that. It's just that there's just separate little sub-channels to store all our stuff here, and we can do other things as well. So we're still part of that, so don't worry about that. But yeah, if you want to do that, like and share the video as well. Also, when you subscribe, turn your notification bell on so you know when we're going live as well. Probably normally about half an hour before. But yeah, thank you very much. Everyone who's logged in is going to see this and leave a message. And if there's any questions, we'll ask them at the end. So, Prime, Saturday, I didn't think it would play out like that, but I thought it would be a difficult game, given that Brentford are the unknown of the Premier League. I'm sorry, I know you have a different thing and we'll hear from it, but I don't think Brentford have got a... I don't think Brentford are known at all. It's one of those things. I don't think Brentford are scouted properly at all. So it's one of. I don't think they are. I honestly don't think they are. And I think they're the most unknown team in the Premier League. What did you think of the overall performance on Saturday?
Okay. Before we get into that, this whole thing of they're not a surprise package. They're not unknown, because before the season started, people were saying Brentford in the Championship, they're great. Watch out for them. They're going to do bits. Now they're doing bits. Why is it then a surprise? I think I was one of the only people who underestimated Brentford, because they beat Arsenal, which isn't a big shock, to be fair, especially in that run of form Arsenal were in. I'd expect anyone to beat them. They drew against Liverpool, which, again, to me personally, is not a big shock. I don't rate Liverpool's defence, and I don't think they're going to challenge for the league. I know they're playing well right now, but I don't think they'll challenge for the league long term this season. They play us, and we got 1-0 up quickly. I think that second half from us, people say they dominated, and I know what XG says, but XG has to be taken with context because it doesn't really give context to the actual game itself. I think Tuchel just made us sit back and kind of contain things and deal with things defensively, which I guess we tried to do and we succeeded in. Mendy again pulled off brilliant world-class saves. He's I don't know what everyone's definition of world-class is, but my definition is you have to do it for at least 2 years, and that second season is when we judge and analyze you. At least right now, I can't really say he's a world class goalkeeper, like confirmed, but he's performing to the standard of a world class goalkeeper. He has been since the Atletico Madrid first leg. Is the level he's been performing at, or at least I've recognized the level he's been performing. Because again, remember all the stuff I used to slate him for, of saying that, well, I'm not going to blame him because I expect a world class goalkeeper to deal with. He's now dealing with those said things, or he has been since Atletico Madrid. He's been phenomenal. At times, maybe Tuchel got substitution wrong. I think instead of bringing on Mount, which I understand to try and press them, he should have brought on Jorginho to control the game. I think Ruben, he played brilliantly, but he faded out a bit. And again, we didn't have control of the game. But look, people can say, "Oh, we shouldn't have won the game," whatever. But we did. Brentford should have beaten Liverpool, and they didn't. And that's hauled as a brilliant performance from Liverpool. If we got away with it, we got away with it. But we need these sort of results to be champions, or to be winners. So I personally don't mind. We go away. We get the win, we get the 3 points, and we move on. It's not, for me, it's not a big deal.
No. I understand that. I'm so sorry about that. I understand that. So I should have done this before. Hang on. No, that's like that. No, I understand that. It's one of those. It's a very strange stream whatsoever. It's one of those ones where I do feel lucky we got away with it in the end, I suppose. But I will say let's do it. Let's go through the game itself. I thought while we controlled the midfield, our passing again is very poor. It's very slow. Build up to it. I thought as much as all three midfielders did the same thing Saturday. It's like take the ball and then dribble. I was waiting for one of them to sit like Kante or Kovacic, maybe not sit, but sort of be the one to take control and go, well, okay, well, if you go here, I'm going to drop here. They all seem to do the same thing, and as great as say a Ruben was and everything like that, the problem is just it wasn't. It's not even like a threaded, pretty Ivan Needle ball. Just a simple passing. The main culprit for me Saturday was Kovacic. His passing was just absolutely terrible. Just the simple passing as well, like to the side or just to put Chilwell through on the left or something like that. And what do you think?
What's happened to this guy?
I don't know. Last since international break, he's last one. I don't know. He's just been, maybe he's not used to all the praise. That's all. At Chelsea, maybe he's not used to it. But what did you think of the midfield three and the contributions to the game?
I hear that. I mean, people said Ruben. I think Ruben was good. He was really good. He faded out towards the end. Again, like I said earlier, Chelsea fans saying he had a masterclass. It's not a masterclass. I expect Ruben to be able to. I expect him to be able to do that against Brentford. That's not a masterclass performance, or maybe that's my standard of how I judge things. But we, like you said, we're missing control of that midfield. The pressure Brentford applied to us, or tried to apply to us, to get that goal in the final 30 minutes or so. If Jorginho had come on, maybe instead of Mount, or Jorginho had come on in general after 60 minutes. Yeah, we can. Jorginho slows down the tempo of that game, controls it to a standstill, and doesn't allow Brentford to put it on us. Because I understand people saying Jorginho can't deal with when he's pressed or the fight and stuff like that, which is wrong. But fine, if people say he can't deal with any of that, but at least him coming on earlier prevents any of that from happening in the first place. Yes. So
you're right.
Yeah, I think.
No, go on.
I think Tuchel got the two subs wrong.
Yes.
But look, I understand what he was trying to do. It just unfortunately didn't pan out that way. But we got away with the win. or Mendy saved us whatever narrative or spin people want to try to have to it. In the end of the day, we won, and I think that's the most important thing.
No, I agree with you. We won. I always thought it was. I know we differ on this. I think it's the most difficult game out of our run, the last four, just because of everything dealing with. And for about 65 minutes, I thought 65% of minutes, I thought we were, without being spectacular, I thought we were in control. I know they hit the post a couple of times and everything like that, but I just thought the substitution of Mount, while normally that was good. You're right, without bringing on Jorginho, they sort of went, okay, how I'm going to nullify a pressing player? I'm just going to hoof the ball over. And that's what they did. They just hoofed the ball over. And I know Lukaku was taken off. He might have been tired, but I thought he was needed in there at the end to start clearing balls out, because that's what he was doing defending-wise. And Kai, as I know he's tall and everything and can header, but physically he's not going to be able to manhandle anyone or brush them aside. What did you think? That we touched on it. How do you think of Ruben Loftus-Cheek's progression so far this season?
Look, we all know Ruben's talent. So when people say things, people doubt Ruben or he's having this remontada, we all, at least me, because I've been one of the big critics of him, I've never, ever once doubted his talent. I know on talent on talent, is he our best midfielder? I don't know, maybe. But, it's not, your talent doesn't necessarily matter if you can't stay fit.
Yeah.
And that's my big worry about him. If he gets another big injury,
he's done.
I would be tempted to sell him, because it's not. Look at Arsenal with Jack Wilshere, building that whole midfield and team around him, and then he gets injured and he's out for half a season, and that derails what you're trying to do. And I don't personally want that. However, the games he's played, he's done well in. He's been good. He hasn't been spectacular or anything, but he's been good. I don't like that he plays deep.
Right.
And I understand it for now. Because he's been playing with either Kante or Kovacic, which means we don't have someone to control the midfield in terms of being on the ball. And for now, I understand it against these lesser sides, and it's to rest Jorginho. I get it. But as things progress and people keep, Chelsea fans now are saying, oh, Ruben can play. He can play instead of Jorginho and stuff. If we have to go and play Man City or even Man United, who don't have a midfield, they will get through us because we have no one who can control that game. Brentford could have got a point from it because we have no one to be able to control that game and just do the little simple stuff that doesn't look fancy, like what Mikel used to do. Come on in the last 15, 20 minutes of a game and just stop it and slow it down completely. And it doesn't look special. It doesn't look fancy. I get, people are saying Jorginho shouldn't win the Ballon d'Or. Nothing he does, it's not Salah scoring a 40-yard scream. I get it. But
it was there on Saturday why he's needed.
Yeah.
It's there on Saturday. He's not the flashiest.
Plain and simple.
But just this control and calm everyone down, because if you have Ruben, Mount and Kante in there, Kante's not a DM. We all know this. He's not. He can play on a pivot, but he's not a DM. Do you know what I mean? He's not one to stay there and do anything. He might do it further into his career. Do you know what I mean? Sort of do that, but at the moment he's not like that. And we get the substitution for me was effectively proved wrong because of the way Brentford amended their own tactics to ours by just eliminating the presses and hoofing it over. For that system, you make Mason Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek essentially useless in that because it's just going over and they're having to run backwards and everything like that. I think Loftus-Cheek is our best combined dribbler. He's got the same issues I said before, like Kovacic and everyone else in that midfield. The final ball or the passing is not good enough yet. But I think we've seen him. He's got the power with his dribbling as well. He's hard to shake off the ball. Do you know what I mean? So if they get the confidence, because I want the confidence back, start progressing that ball up, start doing more dribbling around the penalty area around Lukaku, etc., like that, and we should see more progression. But let's talk about our left back, one who can score. Sorry, Arsenal fans. Sorry, not sorry. Ben Chilwell, third goal in a row. Actually, let's move on. So C1 on first. He's been putting a lot of chats there. My star man scores winners in finals and knee slides. Well, yours knee slides equalised in Palace. Winter who's poor. We talk about Kovacic. Kovacic has been good this season, but poor for his stance. He has Ruben Cover Kante, all ball carriers, but the passing still ain't great. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. See what I'm just getting anyone who's locked in. Thank you very much. Anyone who's going to lock in, thank you very much. You want to leave a chat, subscribe to Never Fail, subscribe to the Blue Wave. You want to leave it, you can do that. Thank you very much. Like and share the video, and also turn your notifications bell on as well. Yeah, let's talk about Ben Chilwell. Third game in a row for club and country that he scored in. Let's talk about the goal first of all. What did you think of the finish? Prime.
I think it was a quality finish. I'm happy for him personally, Chilwell. He's a left back, so he doesn't have to be scoring goals. Just what he's been through recently from a mental health point of view, and being able to score. He gave away the penalty against Southampton, but being able to score in that game, the winner or the closer of the game, going to England, playing and scoring in that game as well, and coming back and scoring now, it's a great boost in confidence for him, and hopefully he can actually kick on and start playing well and go back to the level that we all know him to be. Because, when you look at what last season, he had up and down at times. People say, Luke Shaw's better. I think he's Chilwell's amongst the top 5 in the Prem. If he can push to be as good as Robertson on terms of potential, he has that in them to be. I think he needs to get on a bit of consistency and just start kicking on, put his head down, because especially under someone like Tuchel who can develop players, there's no telling what he can get to.
No, you're absolutely right. It's one of those ones where he's come through what he needs to come through. Hopefully, he's getting better from that, and he's showing that on the pitch. Although he was under the cosh like the rest of them in the second half, I'm glad he's there, not Alonso, because Alonso would have got roasted on Saturday with the pace that they were using sometimes down the wing. He would have done. Done. Stephen London says again, and my left back scores winners. He does. Hi Matt, how you doing? Thank you very much for jumping on.
Hi.
He scored a goal, fantastic goal. Obviously the winner, everything like that. Probably one of our most attacking plays in the end on Saturday. Let's talk about the attack or lack of. It was ironic that our best counter attack of the season was an offside goal on Saturday after they hit the post in the first half. There is an issue. Everyone's all other fans trying to blame, or some Chelsea fans trying to blame Lukaku. But I don't know what stream I said on yesterday about just that. Thank God he eats during the week, because he's getting nothing at the weekend at the moment in terms of service. Because I watched him Saturday. I watched him make so many runs, pull out wide, and they're just not. I don't know what this is. They're not even crossing it in. They're hardly crossing it in. That goal for Chilwell was one of the first crosses in, and I know he didn't touch or anything, but just his presence alone in there had 3 Brentford defenders marking him. What do you think the issue is? Because last season they were even crossing it in for people. We didn't have a striker. What is it?
I have a lot of things on this.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, Andrew's gone, so I can speak now. A lot. So there's the whole thing of when the window started, when we were linked to wing backs to help with our system, we were linked to Hakimi and even Adama Traore, who doesn't look flashy to be fair, But
Yeah.
like I was talking to non-Chelsea fans and stuff, and funny enough, Lauren, she brought up that a Troyer would actually help our system in terms of being allowed to just run and whip balls into the box for Lukaku, which is, it sounds basic, but that's essentially what, like, that's how he excelled a lot at Inter Milan and stuff, just playing to his strengths. And people saying he's a 100 mil striker, he should be able to adapt. No,
Yeah.
you spend 100 million to play to his strength. The same way with Ronaldo. I know Ronaldo didn't cost 100 mil, but he is a 100 mil player. People say he doesn't press. Who cares? You have Ronaldo play exactly to his strengths, and we're not creating enough in Lukaku. I've been saying this since the start of the season. I said this when we beat like Palace and Arsenal and stuff. And then even last season, I know we were like top with creativity and all of that, right? And Mountain had the most creative stats or whatever, cool. But last season, we didn't create properly. Like, if people say Werner misses so many chances, and that's fine, then create so many chances for him, so he's bound to score. Lukaku he's a lot more clinical than Werner, obviously, but he's not a clinical striker. Like Benzema, Lewandowski, Kane up until this season, those are three strikers who give him two chances, they'll score at least one.
Yeah.
Right? And now, now it's at a point where we're not even creating a chance for him. Like against Aston Villa, Lukaku literally only had two chances and scored two from them. Against Arsenal, I think, he scored his first chance of the game. And then I remember in that little spell after he scored, he had, I think, two chances after. One of them he was a bit selfish, which when he could have probably laid it off. And he didn't score from. And he had another one. That's only three I can remember from the Arsenal game. We against Southampton, he barely got service. Against Juve, people say he missed a sitter at the end, but he didn't get any service. Against Zenit, he didn't get any service until Aspilicueta put in a cross, which again, it's only one chance he got. I can keep going on about these. Against City, didn't get any service. Against Spurs, he didn't get service. And to be fair, he played Werner in twice through on goal, and Werner should have scored at least one of them from. But again, he didn't get any service against Spurs. How many games can we now get away with doing that in? Because it's going to come to, and I said this during those games, it's going to come to a point where it just dries up.
Yeah.
And then people are going to blame Lukaku, but he's not getting. Yeah, and he's not getting these chances, not getting the service because our forwards are not on form, and Rishane's
behind him's rubbish.
Exactly.
They're not even passing it into him. It's a fact. They're not crossing it when he's hardly crossing it when he's in the box, and they're not passing it into him. That's the issue. Why don't you pass it in to see what he does? Because I told you the other day, and I think you were surprised, or that you remember. It's like he should have 6 assists as well this season already.
Yeah.
He's not even getting. They're not even getting him. They're not even getting him Werner chances. Do you know what I mean? Like they would give to Werner. They're not even getting him like that. And it's like I don't understand this. It's like last season, crossing it in, no one in there. This season, someone's generally in there who could do something, whether he heads it in or effects like he did for the Chilwell goal. You don't cross it in. You don't cross it in. You don't pass it into him. You don't pass it into him to see if he can hold up. Or if you do, it's so terrible or so like there's not enough power on it. He has to come to the ball or he can't reach for it because it's too slow getting to him. It's just.
And what's annoying is these again this big thing of we're supposed to be challenging for the league or winning the league. Fair enough, I get it, pressure, that's fine. But these issues, and I don't necessarily think it's a Tuchel problem just because people are saying maybe it's a bit of a tactical issue or switch the formation. I heard someone say, one of the Chelsea streams, just play a 4-2-3-1 and flood the game with attackers.
Right.
It's stupid. That's not going to work if just our players are just not on form right now. And it's a thing of we have to kick into form at some point. Realistically, we have to, but it's when. Because City, whether or not they're playing well right now, it doesn't matter. We know they can go on a 15-game whatever winning run.
Yeah.
United, whether you rate Ollie or not, they've done it in the past where they can go on runs, and they now have Cristiano Ronaldo who can bail them out of games. They can go on a run. I'm not saying they'll win the league, but they can go on a run. Liverpool, provided they keep players fit, they can just go on a run. Chelsea haven't proven that they can go on a run.
Provided they keep Mo Salah fit. That's what it is.
Provided they keep Mo Salah fit. That's fair. But it's still, okay, Mo Salah fit, but that still backs my point. They can go on it because they've proven it. We haven't proven anything. And now I get it, we're top, and that's fine. But that backs my point of we have to kick in the point of form eventually. And we're playing these lesser sides, which I expect us to be, and we probably will beat all of them, not playing well. But then we'll come out of that and have to play Leicester and have to play Man United, not playing well.
That's the thing. I'm not, but it's a bit tongue in cheek to wind up Liverpool fans, but when I say like keep Mo Salah fit, we don't have that player to say at the moment that's going, let's keep him fit, in attack. We need to keep him fit. He's going to do something. And like a Hazard, this team's perfect for a Hazard, isn't it? Like prime Hazard, when he like waiting for him just to do something to drag him out of it.
But you say that, but again, I know what these players are like because it's similar. Similar to what we had back in the, during our bad, well, even during our great seasons with Hazard, when we challenged for the league or whatever, right? There'd be certain games where our players wouldn't do anything. It'd be down to Hazard. And like against Man United, when Mourinho put Herrera to man mark him, Hazard was marked out of the game, couldn't do anything, and all of a sudden, no one would do anything because they were just relying on Hazard. Like it's stuff like that. And we don't have that X factor. No, and yet we're still playing bad. And that's the annoying part because we have a world-class manager. And people saying come out of this back five or back three and just open up. I hear that. But if our forwards are not good enough anyways, what is the point of opening up and playing more attacking? Because if we create more chances, in theory, but our players are not on form to even finish them, and we open and expose our defence and we start conceding more chances on goal, we're eventually going to start conceding more goals, which will lead to us not winning games, which will lead to Tuchel getting sacked. And that's what I don't want. I'd rather, the thing is, you can't just axe a whole squad. That's the bad thing. So it will have to be Tuchel getting sacked.
Still under here. Hopefully, Reece and Chile get back on the pitch so we can put better and more consistent quality crosses into the box. I wanted Hakimi, but I don't want Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley. I don't care. He doesn't have a good end product, to be honest. Chile makes more runs than Reece, but Reece has more quality on the ball. Hopefully, they can help. Hopefully, they can help our creative issue. It's not.
Nah, you say you don't want. No, sorry, you go. Sorry, you finished.
I'm just saying it's not just them. It's like every time we saw it again a few times against Southampton, where they could have crossed it in, take an extra touch, or play it backwards, something like that. I don't understand this hesitancy to not cross it in, especially when we've got a big man up there who can possibly do something. But I mean, you're right. There's no star forward like in terms of a game changer, like who can just like drag the ball. I keep going back like a Hazard type, like a Mata type, something like that, who can just like spot a pass just spot a pass or do something out of the ordinary just to spark the game. We don't have that. It seems to be at the moment we're going to try and outpower you. If you understand what I'm saying, we're going to try and outpower you. Stuff like that and see what happens. And that's fine in the old guard when you had a midfield of like Essien, Mikel, Lampard, and then Anelka, Malouda, Drogba. That's fine because they were quality. Not all of this side is quality up to that standard, and that's very high standard, I understand. But it's something that Tuchel obviously has to work out because it was the same issue last season. Last season was that we were creating chances, but we weren't finishing them. This year, we are not finishing because we're hardly getting any chances. So it's one of those things. But just before we move on, thanks to anyone who's locked in right now, anyone who's going to see this later. We are still part of Never a Foul, just a little sub channel here, so we store all our stuff on here and do other things as well. But yeah, subscribe to the Blue Way. Thank you very much. If you want to leave a chat, please subscribe, like, and share the video, and turn your notification bell on, please, so you know when we are going live. So Tuchel likes to keep this trend going, Prime, of one or two surprise inclusions in his lineups recently, and I myself was caught by surprise because I forgot we still had this player, and that was Malang Sarr on Saturday. Started his first Premier League game. In the previews, I was going. I think with TJ on the Blue Wave on Friday, I was going, wait, is Reece back? They might have to hold him back because I don't think we've got enough defensive cover on the bench, and we didn't even talk about Sarr being a part of it. So, but what did you think of Sarr's performance on Saturday?
It was weird, his inclusion, because if we were playing the back, people were saying, "Oh, play Christensen left centre back." Christensen doesn't play there. He's played in the centre or on the right, or even in midfield for Denmark at times. He doesn't really play on the left. Well, no, I think the last time he played on the left was maybe the last international break.
He doesn't play there a lot.
I think the last one was...
He never plays for club and hardly for country plays there.
Exactly. I think the last one was the last international break, and before that, I don't remember. But it was a weird inclusion because people were saying play a back four in this game or something. But he played... I'm someone who said Malang Sarr, he's not good. We just bought him with the loan army, which makes sense. We're Chelsea is what we do.
Yeah. He was going to go on loan.
Yeah.
The deal collapsed. The deal collapsed on the last day.
True, but I guess it's a good thing we have him now. And maybe it's expectation, I guess, but he played better than Ruben, I think. In terms of, because I didn't expect him to play, I didn't even expect him to play well. That's my logic of it. Or maybe that's me exaggerating a little bit, but I think he did play well. Do I want him playing week in, week out? No. Do I want him as our backup centre back to rely on? No. But he's in the squad, and if you're in the squad, you have to be trusted to be relied on if and when needed.
Yeah.
And he was called upon, and he was needed, and he played well. The same with Barkley coming off the bench against Southampton. He was called upon when needed, and he played well. So I don't think there's any criticisms people can necessarily have for him. I don't know when his next game might be. That might be for a long while.
Southampton League Cup, do you think? Maybe?
Oh, well, fair enough.
Just so we know, people who wrote him off after the Villa League Cup, maybe they should wait. And even now, don't overhype it. Just wait.
Exactly.
Just wait. Just all this thing about writing someone off before the games, before they've even done anything properly. But
with Sarr, with Saul, people are saying he's done and stuff because he's played. I was like, relax, because come towards midway and the end of the season, he'll be playing a lot of games and be important.
And everything.
Because the fact of there's a buy option with him means we more than likely will exercise that if we think he's worth it. So people should maybe just chill on him. But Sarr, I don't know, he played well. The fact that he had to deal with Ivan Toney and Mbuema, these two strikers, people are saying are ripping up the league. This amazing Brentford side, you've got to give Sarr credit.
Yeah, he's very good. No, I thought he's very good. I thought though, I thought the last 25 minutes when they were battering us is a reason why you miss a Rudiger or Thiago Silva. As good as Christensen has been, I still think he needs that more experience of being more of a leader, or how to control everything like that. They were sort of being roughed up at the end, but he made some great challenges, a load of clearances, good passing stat. He had a good game. He had a good game. The other guy who keeps on impressing as well, Everyone keeps forgetting this point, but he cleared off the line as well during this game. That's Trevor Chalobah. Everyone keeps forgetting that he cleared off the line.
I don't. I saw something someone put on Twitter saying, they said something like, basically hyping up our youth academy and stuff, saying that, it doesn't. Uh, Even though Tamori and Guehi are world class centre backs, it doesn't matter that we sold him because we have Chalobah and he's also a world class centre back. Something mad like that. And I'm like, first of all, Chalobah and Guehi are not on the level of Tamori. Like he's getting praise for Maldini, so he has to be special. Chalobah, he's playing well and he's improving and impressing. But let's not give a tag of how great he is right now because next season he could fall off a cliff. Or again, he could fall off a cliff this season. And all of a sudden, Chelsea fans are going to be on his case because you hyped him up so much. Just let him be and let him develop. The anticipation to go on the line, because I saw that move back, the anticipation for him to go on the line is not necessarily what impressed me. What impressed me is while he was on the line, he actually moved. Because most players would just stand on the line and then a player would take a shot and it would still go in. But the fact that he actually moved while on the line to clear it.
It's the awareness of him to think, I need to get back on the line. Also, I agree with you with Chalobah. I think what's good for Chalobah is that he's in and out at the moment. If he was say to play 8-10 games in a row, you might see his form slightly dip off, which is to be expected. But see one on here, Fax Prime, Saar. Still ain't great for me, but he did very well. I ain't hyping him up because I don't think he's good enough. Still don't, but I'll give him credit for his performance, especially on his debut. Hopefully, he plays well in the Carabao Cup. Fax Prime preach. Maldini rates him something about tomorrow. So highly he moved out AC Milan captain as well. Great awareness from Chalobah. Yeah, I think what Chalobah does is it's great that it's good for him that he's in and out and not constantly in the team, which helps him a lot. I thought they did. Jay's in the building. All right, Godfather. Jay here. Chalobah played very well again. I just thought that when we were weathering that storm, you could see the importance of a Rudiger, a Thiago Silva in that back three. Maybe would have calmed them down a bit or got more control, stuff like that. Because remember, I think Aspi was taken off as well, and Reece James was brought on, which I found a bit strange as well. Given what we were facing in the end. But I think we talked about enough about everyone else. I think it's now time to talk about the main event, really, and the guy who got us. We're lucky to have even come away with a single point on Saturday, but we came about all three. Edouard Mendy, 65, 70 minutes. I know they hit the post twice, but I think there was only one save I can think of, and it wasn't even like one where he was really stretching or anything. I think in the second half he pushed it over. It wasn't much, but when we define a world-class goalkeeper or a great goalkeeper, it's when they're not doing any. I define them how they react when they've not been asked to do a lot during the game, or when they're called into action. And Edouard Mendy again, was called into action in the last 25, 30 minutes. 3 outstanding saves. I know one hit his head, but he still had to put his head there. I mean, that didn't just hit his head, that just rocketed it off his head. Do you know what I mean? That was
no. He moved his head in the way.
Oh, he moved it. No, you're right, because he moved it sideways. If you remember, because he moved it, because he saw it and then he went like that. So he knew it was hitting his head. Thank God for his massive head. That's what I say. That first save, I think him and Chilwell combined, but then Chalobah cleared it off the line. And then that one where he tipped it onto the bar. But there's rival fans do this. Alisson was given world-class tag after the first season when he won the European Cup. Ederson was given world-class tag after he won the league after a season. But apparently Mendy's not world-class yet, even though he holds the records for least goals conceded in the Champions League, was voted the best goal in Europe, and has got, I think I read something about 20 clean sheets in 38 games or something like that, or 38 starts or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, before we go on to what other rival fans think, and I take it with a pinch of salt and everything like that, what did you think of his performance? I know you started off, and I think rightly so, being a bit cautious about Mendy, not praising him too much, stuff like that. And I know he's obviously, you were waiting for him to perform, and he has been doing and slightly coming around. And I don't know if you'll call him world class yet, but what did you think of his performance again on Saturday?
I'm so sorry I ever dealt with this guy. Like, no, but like, he's one of my favorite Chelsea players, and like,
yes,
like, this is like, I don't know. He's about an hour or two, I think, before the Arsenal game, or during the Arsenal game. Sorry, I was listening to Pi Radio with Flawless and Stroh.
Yeah,
and Stroh was saying that Mendy's he's a great shot stopper, but like, he's not a world class goalkeeper. I think, like, attributes wise and stuff like that. And I kind of get it, because people kind of make the joke, like, if he was, I think someone made the joke, maybe it was you, I don't think it was you, but someone made the joke of, oh, if he was French or something, he'd be recognized as a world class goalkeeper. That's kind of funny, but I kind of get it. Like, if he was flashy, so like, Mendy's not brilliant on the ball, but he's underrated how good he is.
Yeah,
like, on the ball.
Better.
And yeah, like that Champions League, the Champions League winning goal, that the assist everyone praises Mount about, that comes from Mendy at the back.
Yeah, it's a great pass to Chilwell, and then Chilwell passes it on to Mount. Yeah, it started from that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
people don't speak about that.
Mention that. Yeah, don't like to mention that. You know.
He's a brilliant shot stopper, because he's a brilliant shot stopper, and that's the main thing about a goalkeeper. It's not necessarily about how great you are playing out at the back, or what clearances you make when you do what Neuer does as a sweeper keeper. It's about saving shots. The only one I can name, like, right now on form, because again, like I said, I'm not going to call him. My standard of a world class player is do it over 2 seasons. Your second season when I'll judge you. So I'm judging him right now, but as of right now, he seems to be passing every test.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right now, I think he's the best player in the world, or one of the best players in the world. Right. Like, people talk about Salah because of what he did against City, but I think I said 2 or 3 weeks ago on the wrap up with Pits and Bobs, I said that they were saying Salah's the best player in the world. And I said, no, it's you have to give it to Mendy. Based on how he's performing, look at his clean sheet record, his shot to save ratio. I think he's up there with like 90-something%.
96%,
and everyone else,
I think.
96,
non-penalty saves. He's like,
because
he doesn't. First of all, he hardly faces any penalties, and when
everyone else is like, the only criticism I have of this guy, is the fact of he doesn't save penalties. That's the only criticism I have, and even then, people are saying I'm being too harsh. Like, on form anyway. Forget on form. He's a world-class goalkeeper. Even what he did at Rennes, and I get it, none of us watched him at Rennes, because I even said that when we first bought him. No one watched him at Rennes, but his stats at Rennes, I think his last season he was there, they finished second in the league, and he had one of the best save percentages in Europe. If this guy was at, and this is something I say about Chelsea fans, we don't praise our players enough, and we criticize them too harshly. Yeah. If the same way I say, if Werner had the season he had last season at Liverpool or Man United or Arsenal, he'd be protected by their fan base. If Mendy had the season last season, or even forget last season, from say after the Real Madrid second leg, especially after making that save against Benzema, if that was Man United, if he was at Man United or Arsenal or Liverpool, they'd be saying right then he's a world-class goalkeeper.
Yeah,
because that's what their fan bases are like, and everyone would back it. By the way, we would all have to back, but because it's Chelsea, and we can't say that. Like, why not? And I'm not, again, my metric. I'm not calling him a world class player, but based on what everyone's metric is, because again, with Alisson, a few months he was world class. Van Dijk, the January he moved, Liverpool.
Yeah, that's
From
summer,
that January, they got
Yeah.
off Champions League final and they lost.
Yeah.
People were saying he's a world-class centre-back.
Look how
He's one of the best in the Prem already.
Look how he's changed us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's my point. If it stands for everyone else, why can't the same logic then be applied to us? And that's not my metric. It's what everyone else's metric is that I'm using to apply. Why can't it stand for our players? Or at least for Mendy anyway.
I think you're right. The issue I have is when I say Mendy's world class, I'm not diminishing Alisson. I think Alisson's world class as well, right? I know he's made some mistakes, but every goalkeeper does. Edison, I think Edison's the best passing goalkeeper in the world. I don't know. I think Mendy's better than Edison in everything else. I think he's better than him in everything else, and that Edison's got a bit of the same thing as well because his defense is good as well, so he's hardly called upon. But we're not saying Mendy's world class and these two goalkeepers is different. It seems to be like if we say Mendy's world class, like we're offending Alisson or Edison or something like that.
Alisson's clear, but like who cares? It's like, and this is what fans are like though. It's like, oh, my favorite player is Ronaldo. Oh, so you're saying Messi's terrible? No.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing.
Like, and even forget, like the thing is, right? Like the things when people say you were Salah should win or Benzema or Jorginho's because look at their individual stats and that's fine. Look at all the goals Salah scored or Benzema scored, that's fine. Yeah. With Mendy, forget the fact he's won UEFA Goalkeeper of the Year.
Yeah.
Look at all his exactly. Look at his stats as a goalkeeper. Period. It's one of the.
Look at
I don't know if it's the best in the world, but it's one of the best in the world. It's the best in the league anyway.
Look at
in terms of the Premier League.
Look at his clean sheet record since he's come in. I know the defense. I know the defense is there, and defense has been good. It plays a part, but this is what I'm talking about. This game, the Real Madrid semi-final second leg. There's 2 saves from Benzema, especially the first one, not maybe the header one, but the first one when Benzema hits it around.
Was that the one where it seemed like straight after that, but it was probably like a few minutes later. Yeah, we counter-attacked and we scored.
Yeah, look at his saves. Look at that save where he's going the wrong way against Leeds.
Oh my God,
that was Peter Cech like, and that's high. Yeah. That's high praise. That is high praise. I will say this: we seem to be we got two goalkeepers now from Rennes, Mendy and Cech. Go back there and look at their youth system, what their goalkeepers are like, and put a down payment on the best one, please. Do you know what I mean? Just put a down payment on.
Andrew's saying that we should buy their 6-year-old goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly. 17 years today. Yeah. No, but also, I think Mendy, and probably should be because he's a goalkeeper, but I think Mendy's the first name on the team sheet for this team. Yeah. I don't care what anyone. Whenever we do a preview, you've seen it, and we do like selections. I always say to them, I say to people probably go, just put Mendy in there. Like there's a few players that say put Mendy there, put Rudiger there, put Lukaku up top, stuff like that. And I go, just leave it like that. But Mendy is certainly in there. But you know what? It's like I don't care. I think he is on form the best goalie in the Premier League at least. I think he's the best goalie in form.
He's the best in the world. Well, on form, he's the best in the world. I can't think of anyone. All Black last season, but I haven't watched Atletico Madrid much this season, so I can't judge on that. But based on what I've seen from everyone else, he's the best. And you know what hurt me? The fact no one really mentioned Mendy was not on the Ballon d'Or top 50 list.
That's
no
insane,
one. Bonucci was on there, and he doesn't deserve to be. Chiellini, I understand why because of the Euros. You had Mbappe and Neymar were on there, and they didn't do anything this year, calendar year. But I understand because they're big names.
Yeah.
How
can you have the goalie, Champions League goalie of the year, clean sheet record, in the best cup competition in the world, but he's not even on the list. Not even say with it, just on the list. I keep saying to this, they need to break down the awards now. They need to break down it simple. Defend world goalkeeper, world defender, world midfielder, world striker. Just leave it like that.
Yeah.
because
Like
that make the award would mean more. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, he's nominated for the Yashin Award, and he will probably win it.
He should.
But like, and I'm not even saying he'll win the Ballon d'Or or he should be top 5. But the fact that he's not in the list is great. Because again, if this like Arsenal won 3 games and all of a sudden they have a future title winning defense.
Yeah.
So what is Mendy then by that logic?
Ramsdale's the savior, yeah.
Like United lost 4-2 to Leicester, and that they had a world class performance because it could have been 5, 6, 7. So all of that logic.
I thought United's defense was like top 3 or something.
But again, that's my point. If De Gea can, so what's Mendy? And like,
yeah, De Gea can do it, and no one says anything. Mendy does it, but apparently we don't have a good enough defense by some ginger midfielder. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it. We like, what does like? Do we have to win the Prem and break some sort of points record or something defensively for Mendy to get? But again, is it because we play in the back three? It's back three tax.
I take it as a huge compliment. Do you know what I take it? I take it as that we are back. Like we are properly feared, because now you're hearing all the, oh yeah, but you know, you beat, like Liverpool fans are going to, oh yeah, but you beat Brentford, but it was boring football. First of all, I went to them, well, at least we beat Brentford. Yeah. Second of all, so you didn't, and second of all, thank you very much. I take the compliment. That means that you fear us, because that's what we used to get when we were
boring
in title races and winning titles and everything like that. Oh, your football's boring. You know, shouldn't be watching like that. Don't watch it then. If you don't want to watch boring football, why are you watching it? How do you know it's boring unless you're watching us? Do you know what I mean? But like I say, thanks for everyone who's going to be watching this going forward. Do appreciate that. Like and share the video and subscribe to the Blue Wave, please. We're still part of Never a Foul, don't worry. So you will see us on there, just in case anyone's a bit confused. But let's finish off looking a little bit ahead to Malmo, which I believe is on Wednesday. Do you expect? I expect a few changes. I do expect Alonso to play at left wing back. I expect Thiago Silva to come in as well, changing midfield, and maybe a change up front. Do you expect many changes though? Because we do have Norwich 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, the Billy Gilmore derby. So, do you expect many changes at all?
It's weird because
it's a must-win game.
Yeah, and in theory, I should be saying no, I shouldn't, because our second team should be able to beat them. But the fact of we're not even in form,
can't risk it.
Not even necessarily can't risk. We need to take our first players, play them against Malmo, and just smack them up 3-4-5-0.
Tuchel, please use all 5 subs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And a part of me is saying don't play Lukaku because he's played so much games, but he has to play now because we have to provide for him. So they need to get used to providing for Lukaku in the first place. I don't know. We put ourselves in a bit of a pickle, maybe.
If you go 2 or 3-0 up and Lukaku scored, you don't need to play him for the full 90. You can bring him off. Do you know what I mean? So if he scores and we're 2-0 up in say 60, 65 minutes, take him off. You don't need to play him for the full 90, do you? You just don't need. You don't need to do it. That's the problem. Because then we got same with Norwich. We've got 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday. If he scores a couple and we're 2-0 up, 3-0 up, take him off again. Start conserving his energy. Doesn't play. Don't need to play him against Southampton League Cup. Don't even have him on the bench. Yeah, because League Cup for me is not a priority this season. Don't have him in, and then
it's Malmo, Norwich. It's Malmo, Norwich, then Southampton. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can conserve. Then, and we've got a terrible record against Newcastle at St James's Park. Absolutely terrible. Or is it Burnley? I can't remember. It's one of those. And then it's international break again. But yeah, just do that. Just start conserving his energy, because otherwise he's going to get an injury. He's already could have picked up loads of injuries, and he's making so many runs that he's probably tiring himself out. Do you know what I mean? With lack of service. But I would just be doing that. But Yeah, I expect a few changes. I expect probably. Would you like to? I'd like to see. I'd like to see something of Saul on Wednesday. If we're comfortable on Wednesday, 2 or 3 nil up, like 20, 15 minutes, something like that. Just get some more minutes into him.
Yeah, he needs to. Thank you, Jay. I got it. I don't remember what day. On Friday, I
Like a
think.
week ago, wasn't it?
Friday. No, yeah, Thursday, Friday. I can't remember what day. But what was I saying? So I don't know. He needs to
Yeah.
play, man. He needs to play. I thought
And then start against Southampton. League Cup. I'd start him against
yeah,
Southampton as well.
but do you know what the problem is? Our players are too much of the same.
Yes.
Like, this is basic what I'm saying, but Kante is the same as Kovacic, who's the same as Loftus-Cheek, who is the same as Saul. Essentially, they're dribblers.
Yeah,
And I know they do different
dribblers.
things. Yeah, I know they do different things, but they're dribblers. The only difference is Jorginho, who's a sitter and can dictate. And I think, but again, he's not even up to speed with the Premier, so it's a bit of a sticky one. Realistically, we probably shouldn't have learned out. We probably should not have loaned out Gilmore.
Well, the
which is
issue with
funny.
Gilmore as well is that now I don't mind the loan. It's now like he's hardly even playing.
Yeah.
And even Farker said, "Oh, we're not here to develop players." And why did you want to take him on loan in the first place then? That's what I don't get.
Which is why I said it's a bad loan move.
It is now. It is now because they're hardly playing him.
Yeah,
bring him back then. Bring him back in January. There's a clause. Bring him back.
I think there's rumours.
I'd rather have him play an odd game for us, but learn to become a better player under Tuchel than rotting on a Norwich bench, essentially. But this is Jay's team for Wednesday. Kepa. No, Jay. No.
Yes, he has to play.
Not for this game. Not for this game.
Oh, yeah, Malmo's important, but yeah.
We need to win. Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Rudy, Reece James, Sol, Rubin, Chilwell, Mount, Cho, Havertz. That could be a thing. He might rest Lukaku Wednesday.
Wait, hold on. Reece James. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Do you think he might rest Lukaku Wednesday? Or bring him on? It's either that. It's either start him, get him score, play 60 minutes, bring him off with a comfortable, or give him a rest and then bring him on if we need to, with like half an hour to spare or something like that. Could be one of those things.
I don't know, because he, as much as he needs a bit of a rest, well, maybe he might not even need a rest, to be fair. But like, I just think we're not in form on the attack. Yeah. We just need a game where we can just, or maybe 2 games if we include Norwich. We need a game where we can just spank a team and build some sort of confidence back. Yeah. And Lukaku probably would have to play because, again, he's a 100 mil striker that we bought for him to score. They need to create for him, but it's I don't know. It's annoying.
C1 says he likes the team, but he thinks J5 and Mendy should start. Jay would love Lukaku to score, so would we. But he wants to see Mount and Havertz step up. Yeah, I expect Mount to start on Wednesday. I can't lie. Gilmore should come back in January. Ain't going well at Norwich now. Norwich they're just brain dead, aren't they? He ain't playing shit, but from Norwich is dragging him down. Yeah, they're not even playing him. Big up Josh, CFC, thank you very much. Yep, subscribe button, guys, if you'd like to hit that, thank you very much. We'll just wrap up. I just think it's dangerous. What I would like to say is we're top of the table, and what I liked about Saturday was Liverpool's 5-0 win was the same as our 1-0 win. It didn't mean much at all because we and City's 2-0 win. We're all in the same places as when we started on Saturday. We're not playing well, but we're winning. That's old school Chelsea for me at the moment. The performances are a bit alarming. I will admit that they need to get better overall. But if we're not playing well, we're top of the table at the moment. Hopefully, when we start playing well, we still add those 3 points to our totals. So, but I think definitely this week there's a preview on Friday for the Norwich game. Probably review probably sometime that weekend or maybe next Monday or on normal Roman Empire shows. I'm not sure about anything else this week, but like I said, if you are locked in, like and share the video, subscribe to the Blue Wave. We're still part of Never a Foul. It's just got its own sub channel now where we can store other things on here as well, and we can do more things on here as well. Maybe so different things here and there, but like I say, turn your notification bell on as well, so it will tell you when we go live at least 30 minutes before the show starts. So that's all good. I want to thank, not even going to say guest, I want to thank someone who's part of the Blue Wave, Latimus Prime, for being on with me. Prime, do you want to shout anything that's popping up your end that the guys need to know about, especially?
Yeah. Tomorrow, it was supposed to be today actually, but Arsenal are playing. Tomorrow I'll be on the wrap up. I think 9:30. I think so, or 10 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure. We need to confirm a time. But on Bits and Bob's channel.
To Bits and Bob's channel and turn the notification bell on, you'll know when they're going live. So you should do that.
Most definitely. Find out, that'd be great with myself and Aussie Gooner and everyone. That'd be great. On Wednesday, on the first XI, we had the Chelsea show with myself, Andrew, Wayne. Because we play on Wednesday, don't we?
We do.
Going to figure out
before the.
Yeah, I midweek games are annoying, but that's the stress of having being a big club.
Games. Oh damn!
Only.
I mean, I wish I was Arsenal playing Monday and then Friday this week. Oh damn!
but apparently Arsenal rotated today because they're playing on Friday, which doesn't make sense.
It showed. It showed. Yeah.
Sorry, Arsenal slander. But yeah, that's the big two I'm doing, and obviously the Football Terrace as well. Follow me on Twitter, which is right there. Anything I'm doing, you'll know. And that is the first XI Twitter and stuff. Follow those two, and you'll know whatever it is that we're doing.
Yeah. Also, depending if he's well enough, because I know Noel had some symptoms this week, possibly COVID. He released a video. If he's well enough, you might see us on Friday on Let's Talk Premier League or Let's Talk EPL for the Chelsea show. You might see us on there as well on Fridays, probably around 6 o'clock. Otherwise, if you follow us both on Twitter, we tweet out usually what we're on. You might see me on later streams this week because I'm on earlies this week. So I finish about 3:30, try not to fall asleep, and end up falling asleep and waking up at like 8 o'clock at night, ruining my body clock. Something.
Andrew, you'll see Andrew on basically he's saying he'll be on Sarcasm City with the big boys.
I might be Sarcasm City tonight, actually, in Paris. Definitely this week. Oh yeah, Sarcasm City as well. We're starting our watch-alongs for NBA streams this week. They'll be on the regular season. Will be on Twitch. So if you go to Sarcasm City TV Twitch, we'll be in there. Myself, Flawless, Peter, Fatur, who you've seen on this channel, a few others as well. That's 9 months, people. You will see our faces for 9 months. You will see us on these streams for, and we've got a double header tomorrow night / Wednesday morning. So Lakers and Nets. So you'll see us then.
Tune into those because I don't watch basketball, but I watch the streams because the jokes are amazing with everyone.
There was a couple of streams like end of last season where the game was just like one of those games where the time was winning by 30 points and we were just slandering Miami Heat names. Miami left the car window open. Miami indoor sleeping bags, something like that. So there was
also a stream where for about 15, 20 minutes. You Slens, thought you guys were cooking me.
Oh man.
Same thing in
Oh,
Sicily.
good lord. If Prime's a good sport. Prime's a good sport. Yeah. So you'll see stuff like that. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We'll be doing more shows, more previews, more reviews, more shows like we usually do on the Monday Roman Empire, just for a preview. The next one we're doing is wide player / attacking midfielders. Our top. So I thought we didn't have a lot, but then I started doing the names, and I got to like 20 names that could legitimately be in the top 10 list. And if you thought if you like the previous show with the central midfielders, that was a bit controversial since we praised Fabregas. Jay did not like that at all. Where we praised Fabregas, but I told him he should have fought for your man in the group chat. He didn't fight for it. Everyone accepted where they were. Big opposition to John Obi Mikel in the top 3. But one of those things. But anyway, I've rambled on. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We do appreciate your support. Like I say, sub to the channel. Really help us. We're still part of Never a Foul. Don't worry. It's not. We're still part of Never a Foul. And you will see us, if not Wednesday, you'll see us Friday for the Norwich preview.
Also, sorry to interrupt. Yeah. I don't know if Daps and some of the rest of them have shouted this out yet, but I think it's basically a sub channel. They have the Lookout Show,
right?
Basically where they like stream music and talk about like current events and stuff like that.
Yeah, essentially. That's on as well. So when you tune to Never Foul, you get shows like that. There's not only just football shows like Premier League shows. There's football Championship Leagues 1 and 2. There's a racehorsing show. There's social shows as well. So it's not just like Daps and Soups on the other night doing the music and everything like that. So you might see more stuff like that we're able to do going forward. But that's what I mean. If you sub to Never Foul, it's not just this channel you're getting. Sub to this one and these shows as well. It's others as well, and it's all great people doing greater content. So please tune in and support the guys. It's growing, and support us as well. Longest outro and ending probably in YouTube history, but we got there in the end. Thank you so very much for joining us this Monday evening. Enjoy the rest of your week, and